Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dying time has come to the Black Void. It's about time. We have the Starlight Stabbers versus Limbs and Things. These are two powerful teams being introduced to the badasses of Blood Bowl. These are truly badasses. They're experienced teams that we haven't seen yet in any of our competitions, so this should be very interesting. I'm here with Patches, who is very curiously looking at these strange players here. Now we have the Undead team. This is the Limbs and Things team. Like I say, the other team was Starlight Stabbers, and they are Dark Elves. And there you got the Mummy in amongst. This should be a really good game because Undead has those big, powerful players in the and a lot of just sort of ambling characters, while the or ambling players, while the Dark Elves are stabby. They are assassins who, how do you assassinate the dead, come to think of it? So this should be quite interesting. Alright, let's see how this experienced team is going to set up. Looks like they're going to do quite a bit of a checkerboard formation there close to the line. They're kind of weak. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it looked like they were going to be weak on that one side. Now they're getting even. It's going to be more checkerboard in the center. No, they're going to do, I was going to say strong left, now it's strong right. They just keep kind of changing. That's interesting. Okay, on the line they're a little stronger on the right, and on the second line they're stronger on the left. Alright, now Limbs and Things, they're going to put... oh, it's an interesting formation. You're getting 3 zombies in the center, and your... what's called the mummies on each end. I didn't see the backfield so much yet. Uh-oh. Oh, I guess they... we didn't really get to see... There we go. The perfect defense. So the defense is going to be able to run... Oh, no, their defense here. Getting themselves set up further on the left side. They're going to put Violet, the witch elf, way over on the far left side, along with Scary Knife Dude, the assassin. Kind of is like Assassin's Creed over there. It's like he's really completely resetting up his entire defense. That's kind of interesting. He didn't really go that much stronger on the left. A little bit, but not much. Alright, and so we have our right going over, Vlad the Bloodrinker. The white is heading on over. Oh, but they are going to allow the ball to go to the ghoul, Wormnar. He's going to make a little bit of distance there, and then he's going to bring over his zombies doing the Ministry of Silly Walks. He's going to watch over the assassin with his mummy, and bring in some others to watch over them. I like these colors. It's kind of a red, white, and blue type of thing. Very all-American Undead. Their theme song is America! Fuff yeah! I guess I better keep this family-friendly. Even though people are being stabbed and murdered and dismembered and killed and everything. Still, I ain't gonna say a bad word. Yeah! Oh, it looked like the zombie was going to fall over as well. Alright, they're just going to knock them out on this line of scrimmage here. It is funny how it looks like they're both bouncing off each other. Surly Pete is stunned. That's one thing about the Drow. They're Dark Elves tend to be scary in their assassination skills, basically when it's their turn. But they're not that tough, and so when they're being hit, they can get knocked down quite a bit. But there's one of the things they're skillful at. Like all elves, they can dodge around pretty effectively. So now they've got 2 in the backfield already. And a third one already getting past that line of scrimmage. And they're going to put the others up there. And now the witch is moving up. See this? They're going to have a line of 3 there and a line of 2. Well, no. Okay, they're going to... Oh, okay, they're going to be a little bit more spread out there. And so we go to the Undead. The Ghoul's going to move up to behind his strong players there on that far right side. Oh, and he's going to pitch it over to him. To Conrad the Unraveled. The Mummy's going to go block for them. And, actually, I'm sorry, the zombie is. And now the Mummy's going to go and clear the path. Oh! And he's got blocked. So, that's going to knock Anthrax Joe down. Oh, and here goes the white. Wow! That is a lot of yardage. He does not have blockers, so he's going to go for it just a little bit more and a little bit more. Now, it is taking a risk. I mean, he's gotten a long way, as you can tell, but without those blockers, he is exposed, and so those Dark Elves might be able to go and get him. I don't know if they have the speed to get him, but it looks like, oh, what they're going to do is take the mummies over to cover them. I mean, that doesn't do a lot to Elves, to be honest with you. He kind of gets into position. I guess he'll have a couple of people and make it a little bit more difficult. But without another blitz, it's going to make it kind of difficult. All right, here comes the mummy ambling on over. Come on over, Tom Cruise. I'm never going to let that down. Oh, and banana peel on the ground. Oh, and even with the reroll, he goes falling, so he has just lost the reroll. Patches didn't seem to like that, slipping on the field. Oh, and the drow who thought was going to get past there gets tripped, but they use up the reroll, and he comes in for the tackle. I just assumed they'd be able to make it away. They actually had to take a risk with using that reroll there, but they had to just not get a turnover and get a touchdown. And there it goes, the frenzy. Frenzy kick, ball goes loose. Conrad the Unraveler is stunned. The ball's going flying out into the middle of the field where it's exposed for the Dark Elves to get it. And he manages to slip away. Oh, they tried to shadow, but they were not able to. That's one of those skills that they would not start off with. And past to Vic Emo, although I think Vic Emo is already moved for this turn. So it's a little bit of an unnecessary move, but I suppose to keep... Oh, I'm going down, and now! Oh, another attack going on, so they're going to take down some of the zombies that are in the way, while in the meantime running over there to block him in. And there we go, going in to create the box. Oh, and another shadowing failure. What is his name? He's Owlus the Horrible. Is not. He's just not on his game today. He's not on his shadowing game, and it's going to be up to number. Oh, what number is that? I've been forgetting to see what numbers these guys are. Number 12, Heath, to get in the way, and Vlad the Bloodringer. Looks like some of the others are just getting over to that position there. So it's number 3 and number 12 getting into the way. There we go. It took me a little bit. I had forgotten actually where their numbers were. It's the top right of the card. All right, number 3, number 12, guarding their way. And here comes the other zombie, not zombie, other mummy coming in. And I wondered about this. If this mummy was going to be able to have the distance to get in there, he's going to knock aside one of the defenders, and he's going to cover the ball carrier. Oh, and a foul coming. Husker fan loves his... Anthrax Joe is dead, and he killed him. He killed Anthrax Joe on the ground. The apothecary comes in and saves his life. So, Anthrax Joe kills him and then starts chewing on himself, which, you know, basically goes with it. Actually, it's kind of an interesting strategy with the Undead, of course. Try to kill as many players as possible, because then they will join your team. And here comes a blitz to clear the way. He kicked him down, but he did kick him in the way of the runner. So he's going to have to clear a path there. And now, even though he's covered, these are the Dark Elves, and Surly Pete does get away. It is hard to catch a Dark Elf. It is hard to catch an elf in general. Just ask the one on the shelf. Here comes the witch. Alright, and they have a box around them. It's kind of one of those, it's not one of those that you can't get through, though. So, see if the Undead can get in there. But right now they're sending up blockers that just get in the way. One of the zombies being placed in a strategic position to make it harder to get through. Excuse me. And it looks like they're covering. Looks like a lot of the zombies are just kind of going up trying to cover a lot of the elves. And Conrad the Unraveled, he is... Oh, is it Unraveled or Unrivaled? Anyway, he's He's very optimistic at this point because he's going in there as if they're going to pass it to him, as if they're going to get the ball. And looks like they've injured Zilzik, the really fast. He ain't going to be that fast right now. And even the zombies seem to be kind of walking away like, oh, they just have that much confidence that that Wormnar and Heath are going to be able to stop them. And here comes the Blitz going in. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, the weakness there. And it pays off. Gets exactly the roll he needed. The ball goes loose. Surly Pete is knocked unconscious. The ball is loose. And it goes right over there. Will he be able to? No, he's not going to try to go after it. The Dark Elves are going to be able to go after it, but they have Wormnar right in the way, so they're not going to be able to go in for that touchdown. Or they could try it, but it's going to be very, very difficult. Let's see what's going on here. Alright. So he is going to knock Wormnar out of the way. And that is, yeah, he's made his way now. He's going to have to get Limb Grinder. Oh, no, he's going to go into the end zone so that she can pick it up and probably throw it into him. Will Wormnar be able to catch it, intercept it? Pass by Stephanie. Nope, it is in there. Touchdown. Metalhead is the catcher who has gotten it. Starlight Stabbers won. In their home stadium, their fans are going wild. And their opponents have yet to get on the scoreboard. Now, it is surprising that there's been one of the Dark Elves that's had to use an apothecary, that they're the ones who took a death. Usually it's the other way around, but then again, I suppose the dead are going to do that. And besides, how are you going to kill the dead? They are already dead. Alright, the setup looks like they're going to do the same type of thing. Oh, no, they're weak on the right side. The Undead are not going to take advantage of that by putting somebody way over there who can slip through. And it looks like, again, we're a little late on getting the cheering fans. Team is inspired. Limbs and Things gets an extra reroll. Alright. Oh, and it goes right into the hands, and he drops it right into the hands of Wormnar. The one who could not, he couldn't catch an elf, and now he can't catch a ball. And now they're going to make a strong left, preparing for somebody to go in and get that ball. And here comes the other ghoul, and only a 33% chance to pick it up, but they're going to use the re-roll, and it goes loose, hits a hot potato! Wormnar now has the ball! Just basically passed it around to their various players. But they have a strong line there, so they may be able to hold on to it. That kind of sounds like me when I'm in the bathroom. Ugh! I know you all wanted that visual. Alright, they're going up there to knock back. Yeah, sometimes those whites can be really powerful. It took 3 guys just to be able to roll 1 die. Managed to knock them back. And now the Dark Elves are going to satisfy themselves with being further back. Yep, they're just going to get themselves off the line, and so the Undead will have to use their Blitz to knock one single hole. Oh, and they're going to create a full long line there. So now they're going to use their Blitz, moving their mummy all the way around here. And he's going after the witch. Stephanie Venture or whatever. She has dodge, I think. So they really have not opened up a gap for themselves. They're just simply moved a little bit forward. And they're going to create more of a defensive barrier there, although they are really projecting what direction they're going. So they're going to make a little bit of yardage this turn, but not that much. And the Dark Elves, they're going to either stand their ground and make them push their way through, or they'll just take one more step back, using their dodge ability or their agility to get away from their opponents, and create another line and make them tediously and slowly get through. It'll be interesting to see which one that they choose. By the way, the loud noises in the background, that's Patches apparently having her own Blood Bowl game. It's her versus a cardboard box. Alright, goes to the Dark Elves. It goes to the dark. And they're going to send one of them in behind. Anthrax Joe. Well, actually, was he the one? I think he was the one who was going to be killed. But now he's feeling a bit better. And there's one of the zombies who has shadowing, who once again was not able to use it. Yep, and they're doing the Dark Elves are doing the strategy of just the tedium strategy of just move one back, make them have to use their only blitz action against one point on the line, and that's not enough to get through. So, and it's actually kind of clever, because then by not having one here, a few spaces back, they can't get to him, so the best they can do is knock one back here, and then getting through is very difficult. You have to be very agile to get through a line like that, or you need a catcher to run around outside here and be able to pass to them. And that's a difficult thing to do. Plus, when you have a team like the Dark Elves, who are good at intercepting, well, it's going to be very hard to get them through. And yeah, they're falling right into the Drow trap. They're just moving up, and they feel like they're making ground, but it's only a little at a time, and they do not have enough turns to play this game. They have to break through, and they're just not doing it at the moment. But then again, that does make sense. That's, you know, the intelligence of zombies. They're pretty much just, oh, meet in front of me, move forward. And piling on. He causes another injury. So that's the Undead's plan, is spend the first half just trying. It's the Goblin plan, basically. Spend the first half just trying to hurt them. Oh, and he tries to slip through. Goes for it. Has to use the reroll, but still is slipping. Apparently this is not a ghoul-friendly field. I think Limbringer was the one that slipped last time as well. So, this has not been the day for ghoul runners. And if I had a dime for every time I heard that, I'd have a dime. She thought I was funny. Did you hear that? Stephanie Vinecutter laughed. She went, ha! When I said that joke. Oh, and then one of them tried to... Actually, the elf strategy finally did not work. They finally had one that was not able to get back. Unfortunately for the... Oh, there we go. I was going to say, for the Undead, their receiver is not up, but now he is in the end zone. All they need to do is pass it to him. They're going to get up. Actually, they'll probably get somebody... Oh, they really... Oh, they're going to throw it. They should have gotten rid of... Exactly what I was going to say. They should have gotten rid of the interceptors first. They chose not to. Oh, and she's just going to blow them a kiss. How snotty of her. So she's going to just take the ball and run home with it. Yeah, they should have used their blitz action to take out one of the Dark Elves there, clear a path to throw it, but once again, these are the Undead, so, you know, who can really blame them? Now they're going to spend a little time just trying to kill some of these Undead, maybe knock them out of the game, or knock them out of their unlives. And that's it, we're going to go to the halftime now. Oh, and you know, in the stadium, one of the things with the stadium, the reason why the blue is up there, that is, it is an enclosed dome to keep weather. That's why we keep having blue haze when we go up far enough. So you cannot have any weather in this field. The sensible Dark Elves, always having to be so sensible. You know, you just don't invite Dark Elves to your party. They're really boring. They unspike your drinks and call your parents, tell them to come home, and then they stab you in the back. It's the last part that I mostly don't like. All right, changing weather, very sunny. Oh, and there you go. That was the reason. That was like I was saying about the dome. The magic dome has caused that not to happen. So that's not going to change now. And in fact, actually, I guess it's a good strategy for them, because as a result, they are more of a passing team. Being agile, they're good at passing. Oh, and I didn't even think about it. That's right. The ball is going to them this turn. They got kicked to them, so them already being ahead, and now they get the ball. This is really working in the Dark Elves' favor. Clearing a path on both sides. The Undead have made themselves the limbs and things have made them very powerful in the center, but not much. This is an interesting setup here. There's nothing on the sides, and they're really powerful in the center. I wonder what they're planning to use with that. The Dark Elves, meanwhile, are creating their box, and they're centering receivers down the sidelines, which is, you know, exactly what you want to do when they're not guarding the side at all, and you're an agile team. You might as well. Now, they're not going to want to pass it right now because they're receivers have already moved. But they're wide open now. And the... oh, there we go. Shadowing finally works for Ben the Aged. And is he going to keep shadowing? Yes, he is. He's like, wait, come back here. Now that's actually a good skill for a zombie to have, because of course a zombie is going to just keep ambling, following after them. So now another one getting into place. They're getting around the side there. And now the ghoul runs in. Now they're basically going to get in a position so that they can intercept if the ball goes passing. I'm surprised though, it doesn't look like they're sending anybody out to cover the receivers. They're just having confidence that they're going to be able to intercept. And the mummy's going to knock them out of the way, get into the face of the passer. So this is the thing. They basically, the undead have essentially created a situation in American regular football that would be called the blitz. They put everything in one area. They counted on the ball not being able to go far, and they just are pushing up the center in an all-or-nothing attempt to get the quarterback. And now they're sending out their cornerbacks to try to cover the receivers. Here comes one. Yeah, they're the blitz action, going to knock aside Vlad the Blood Drinker, and making it open to Stephanie Vinecutter. Going to make some space to run, and now here comes the runner. Oh, and he is unable to dodge, but they do have the reroll. Being an elf, he's certainly going to make that. Oh, he's not going to make that reroll! The ball is loose! Everything was going in favor of the Dark Elves, but now the ball is loose. Their players are all over the field, and the undead are all in that center area. You just have a horde of zombies in there in that center, and that is something you do not want to see when you're up against them, is a horde of zombies. Scary Knife Dude is injured with the mighty blow. There's no long-term effect, but he is out of this game. And now here comes the mummy. He's going to knock the player into the ball, so the ball goes running and goes bouncing around. And now it is out in the open. So now the Limbs and Things, who were looking so badly in such a bad position before, now have the chance to get that ball and run it into the end zone. And the Dark Elves, everything has turned dark for the Dark Elves. Okay, those three players that are right there, they're going to be their best hope. But now, here comes Wormgnar, who's got to be the MVP of this game, because he's been everywhere. It's important. He now has the ball. Here comes the blitz action, going to knock back one of the elves. Knocking him to the ground and covering the other two. They're the only hope of the drow. And here comes a ball, or a hit that is going to take both of those players down. There you have one. It's Vic Emo. Help me, Vic Emo. You're our only hope. I can just picture that as a movie. Vic Emo, the Desert Jedi. Oh, and here's actually there was one more. I guess this one got up. Anthrax Joe has gotten up, and Vic Emo has not made enough yardage, but now he's going in for the blitz action, and all he can do is knock Wormgnar back. So Wormgnar is still up. You now have Gothy and one of the others. Shadowing failure there. Oh, not Roar. Yeah, is that his name? Roar. XD Lol is going around him. So now what looked like a sure thing for Limbs and Things has turned into the drow managing to halt the advance, getting into their faces, getting in the way of the end zone. And they're going to send more players back to try to stop him. Okay, as we go back to the undead, let's see if they can push through there. They've been pretty good at pushing through. However, this is a formidable line. You've got one, two, three, four. Not even a line, a surrounding kind of like fishhook there, plus another one about to get up. So this is going to be very formidable for them. Looks like they're just kind of moving some people up there. Doesn't look like they're doing a lot to the ones who are in the way at the moment. But I guess they're getting their strength right now. And here comes the mummy. Oh, there's a good move. Knock one. Oh, that was smart. He placed. Oh, and piling on. Do the pile driver. knocking out Gothy, stunning Gothy. So Heath getting in the way there made it so Gothy had nowhere to go. He could only be pushed back into his own player, which got a lot of the coverage off of Wormnar. And now they're going to be knocking this one out of his way. So now Wormnar has no one to stop him, so he can go running around the side. Oh, there we go. Yeah, he did have to dodge in one particular position. But, oh, he got into place. Oh, I was going to say he has no blockers, but then the Druo were not able to get anybody there. He's doing a reroll. And he goes in, but he does not have a blitz action there. Another shadowing failure, getting in the way, gonna knock him down. So the ball is gonna go loose yet again, and with the frenzy right in the face with the high heel. That's always, and she's gonna use the rest of her blitz to move next to the ball, not into it though. You do have the mummy who's running interference at the moment. Got more of these. Alright, there's a dodge action, and he moves around. Man, those elves are fast. He gets the ball. Oh, and somebody else going over there. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, he was going to start running away with it, but the mummy got him from behind. That's right, and they had used the reroll for that turn, so it goes loose once again. I thought that the Dark Elves had it, and we're going to keep the Undead from being able to get into the end zone. However, now it is free once again, and with not a lot of players that are over on that side right now, but they do have some that are within range, so the mummies are going to go over there to try to cover them and knock them aside, which is a good move because that does now open up Limbringer and the white. Oh, okay, the white is just going to get into the way of the ball, but here comes Limb Grinder, and he gets the ball and he makes a run for it. Can he make it all the way? No. Then he has no blockers with one of the players right there, Roar, right there. So the mummy's going to go over there to try to cover him. However, it is hard to cover a dark elf or any elf, so I don't know how successful that's going to be. The mummy's going to make sure there's not one more of the elves that can go over there. The one thing working in Undead's favor is they are not as strong. The Dark Elves are not quite as strong. He's going to slip out of there. Oh, but he looks like he used his movement there. Oh, there we go. Now here we go with the blitz action. And all he's able to do is push him to the side. So at least he's... Oh, it's strip ball. So that is why I was wondering why he didn't re-roll that, but that's why. And it goes right into the hands of one of the zombies and then out of the hands of that zombie. That was a good move. He just had a push, but then he was able to strip it, and now it is into the hands of Vikimo, who is getting over there, and he is going to pass it. The ball's going, and it's intercepted. The zombie has it now, and I have not seen a zombie with those kinds of arms. Oh, look at him. He is just teasing him there. He's just going back and forth like, ha, I got your ball, bitch. And that was Heath with the interception. Actually, there's going to be a few contenders on this game for player of the game, so this has been really quite good. These experienced teams have really been showing their quality. And that is going to be another knockdown, and here comes the the zombie slowly making his Ministry of Silly Walks stroll into the end zone. It's just more of a tease to say, look, I can just stroll in there and you still can't catch me. And they're not going to try to give him a blocker. Instead, they're just going to knock down as many of the elves as possible. There we go. He is going to get one blocker, but more for that one who's over here. And there is Wormnar going over to give the block. Sometimes, you know, doing a block like that, it makes you a real unsung hero because you don't get any points for that, but you are doing something very important. And here's something that someone is going to get a lot of credit for, knocking that one back, and then Limb Grinder is going to knock into this one to push him aside. And Hot Topic employee is stunned because of all the new clothes coming in. Alright, comes to the Starlight Sabers' turn. And they're like starting even before the turn really gets going. And all they're able to get is another knockback. There's the problem. They are out of rerolls. I was wondering why they weren't re-rolling these, but instead, actually with a frenzy even, they are only able to knock him back. And so now the best thing they can do is just get around him, get surrounding him. And they're doing it the best way they can because That's one thing that the Dark Elves are good at doing, as I've said before. They can get away from coverage, and so they're getting away from their coverage and surrounding that zombie to make sure they cover their lead with only 3 turns left in this game. Alright, so how is the zombie going to try to get out of this one? Well, the first thing that's going to happen is the zombie way on the other side of the field. Just limbering along to the tune of deep be-doop, be-doop, be-doop. Alright, and here comes one of their ghouls getting into position in case they need to pass it. Or actually, is he's okay, he's setting up to help in an attack on one of these elves. Getting everybody into position. Okay, well, actually, this is kind of a wise decision. Getting them in position because if the attack does not, if the attack they're going to do, if the blitz action doesn't work on any of these guys, at least they will be in position to help if they attack over here. So, having them in position first is very good. Oh, and he is just going to get knocked into the way. So they're going to try to knock some of these others, and she's just simply going to be knocked aside. Oh, okay, I thought she had dodge. I guess I was wrong about that. But they only were able to get rid of that one. Oh, here we go. There's another one they're going to be able to get to the side. Alright, so there's another Drow out of the way. But... oh, wait, the Mummy was able to make a little bit of a move there. Now it goes back to the Dark Elves. I somehow missed that. He somehow made it right over to there. And now the Blitz coming in, knocking him back. Kick in the face. Heath is knocked unconscious and the ball is loose once again. And juggling into several hands. Here come the Dark Elves to pick up that ball. And it looks like they're getting into position, but there we go. Somebody's actually going to pick that ball. No, he's going to run away from it. Nobody wants the ball. It's a hot potato. Metalhead. Now will this one get the ball? Yes. Oh, Anthrax Joe is not able to hold it. He's been injured too much. Goes into the hands of the Mummy. He goes into the hands of the White. And onto the ground. It's right back to where it was, but except instead of being in the hands of a zombie, it is just in the hands of the grass. It is the last turn. Oh no, second to last turn for Limbs and Things. They're going to try to clear the way with a blitz action. And a tackle back into the way in the end zone. And you're going to knock them back, but now you have a line of 3 Dark Elves in the way on the in the end zone. So now Lindbringer is going to get the ball. He's going to go in for a touchdown on their second to last turn. Limbs and Things with the touchdown. Now it is tied up at 1-1 without enough time for the Dark Elves to get it into the touchdown. So we are going to be ending this game on a tie. Sorry, I'm getting a little distracted here. I can't even imagine why, being a heterosexual male with something like that on the screen, cannot imagine why I'm getting distracted. Anyway, well, this is an exciting game. That was a nail-biter of a drive, I can tell you that. Now, are they even going to spend any time setting up? Because this is one turn left. I guess it's just now a matter of players going after personal scores to get experience. Going to leave a big opening in the middle. And yeah, the Limbs and Things aren't even going to bother setting up. Quick snap. Ball goes to the center. And they're just going to move some people back so they don't get injured, probably. I'm surprised they did that because, yeah, right at this point it's just about getting whatever points you can, just knocking into people. And they're only going to have 1 blitz action. So, going to knock the zombie back. I doubt they'll follow. Yep, they'll stay in place. And a player will go running around, probably just get exercise points at this point. Or they're just doing their celebration dance. They're all gonna come around the ball and just worship it. Oh, spiky death ball, spiky death ball. We wear our douchey white clothes. We're all standing here in our long john underwears. I hear that's what the dark elf their dark elf uniform was actually. This particular uniform is just made up of their long johns, and nobody's gonna even pick up the ball. They're all staring at it. It's like I say, it's a worshiping ceremony. They'll just walk around in their armor here. He's gonna go over party with these guys, get himself a few extra points, maybe kill one of them. Slap in the face. She insulted his mama. And stunned her for the last play of the game. And there you go. Tied 1-1. Elves scoring early, and the Undead barely getting in a score at the end to tie it up. And our most valuable players, once again, are people we didn't even hear of this whole game. Caleb Bleakhouse and Quintos Bone Collector. I never even really saw them doing much during the game. Not sure why they got the scores, but anyway, Limbs and Things had the ball longer because it took them longer to move down the field. Of course, the Dark Elves were able to just score once they had the ball, do it pretty quickly. There was an interception on both sides and knockouts. Nobody actually, they caused the death. Let's see, where's the I'm sure there's a death caused, but 0 deaths actually sustained because of an apothecary running into action. All right, and they got enough experience. Limbs and Things got a little bit more. Heath with the last couple. Quintos Bone Collector. I have no idea why he got the 5 there, but he got Siam True the Third, Barut the Third, Limb Grinder, of course, and Heath. And then you got Caleb Breakhouse, Stephanie Vine Cutter. Of course, we saw her doing a lot. Vic Emo. We saw him in Metalhead. Alright, and there's your dice rolls for anybody who is interested. And that will do it for us here at the end of this game. We hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and to continue watching our Blood Bowl and our other games, be sure to subscribe and watch our many videos. Happy gaming, everybody!